Harrigan, you have 3 entire minutes to convince me to come visit Uxbridge. What do you got?
Oh, I've got enough to convince you, that's for sure. I've got Louise Redding here with me. She is a resident from Uxbridge. She is also the chairman of the Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor Commission.
The John H. Chafee Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor Commission.
I was going to try to cut it down just a teeny little bit. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for being here.
This is a spectacular area. We were talking to the senator about this unbelievable canal here that runs from Worcester all the way down to Providence with Uxbridge sitting right in the center of it.
Absolutely.
You guys are trying to take advantage of it. Tell us about some of the things that you're working on.
Well, we're working on a revitalization of mill sites, because they're not working as mills anymore. So now they've become places for antiquing, artist colonies, workout places. They've got yoga. We've got all kinds of things going on in those buildings now.
Absolutely.
But it isn't just the buildings. We've got lots going on the landscape too. We're building a bikeway from Worcester all the way down to Providence.
Which, by the way, Louise, I think is the greatest idea. I mean, this beautiful scenic area, what a great way to spend time with your family and take advantage of this.
This fabulous walking, picnicking, geocaching, lots of fun. What I did yesterday was I just Googled Blackstone Valley, and you'll get linked into Uxbridge. There's all kinds of things going on. We have Tour Blackstone Valley. We've got, and don't forget, we're an affiliated area of the National Park Service.
Right.
So we've got park rangers, and we can arrange walkabout tours with them, too.
I bet you have a lot of school kids and that kind of thing who come down and tour the area. It's a great place for that, isn't it?
We work very much with the schools because the kids are going to be the stewards of the landscape going forward.
Absolutely. Now, Louise, what about the canal here? How is it used at this point? Can you get out there? Can you canoe? Can you kayak? Can you do those kinds of things?
You can, and in fact, we have brochures that have places where you can get in and get out, and we have our Greenway Challenge that runs in September that has hiking, biking, and waterway, and you know, we've got a paddle club.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting tongue-tied because there's too many things.
Absolutely.
I can't get them all out.
So tell us again, you can Google?
You can Google Blackstone Valley,
okay,
and it will lead you to lots of things. There's a little newspaper called Blackstone Daily. There's the Blackstone Valley Navigator. There's Tour Blackstone Valley. There's Biking Blackstone Valley. They'll all come up under that simple Blackstone Valley Google.
Terrific.
That's the fastest way to get to us. And then nps.org/BLAC.
Okay, terrific. Well, it's a beautiful area, and if you're an outdoor enthusiast, really you need to come down and enjoy the wonderful history and the beautiful landscape. Louise, great to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, and thanks for having us here. Let's get over to VB.
Yeah.
This morning by Ed Bazinet. He is the chairman of the Historical Commission here in Dudley, also in charge of the 275th birthday celebration for the town. Known for the top hat. But you changed gears today, Ed.
New hat today, you know. Gave me a reason to spend personal money.
Yeah.
Always gives me a reason to spend, too. I know how you feel.
And I brought you some fabulous cookies. Baked them myself. Honey from Janina Antos.
Well, I had the pleasure of tasting one already, and they are out of this world, so thank you
That's
very,
like right
very
from
much.
the hive honey we're talking
Oh,
about.
this is right from the Dudley hive.
It's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this birthday celebration. 275 years.
We're still here.
Yeah.
And we almost still look the same. When you think about it, the Common, which is right next door to us, was the start with a congregational church 275 years ago at the same time. The Grange is next door, and that was their agricultural base. The tavern, you've already shown a clip on that.
Right.
There's, you had to have a little entertainment.
Sure.
And then we've always had an academic institution, 4 parts around that common. Still here today, still viable.
And you were talking about some of the things that have gone on to prepare for this big birthday celebration. Third graders here in town have gotten
the third
involved.
graders, they've coughed up over $5,000 in the last 3 years to preserve our barn. And they've just bought the elm tree that we're going to plant for our big parade on the 23rd. And on the 20th, we've got a reenactment of the first town meeting, which is going to be a hoot at the same site. 14 guys, all going to dress up, and we're going to be people from 275 years ago. On Thursday, that's the 21st, the Strawberry Festival. You like to eat?
Big.
Send VB over. Strawberries to die for.
Tell me about these 12-sided houses here.
The dodecadons.
Yeah, there were 4 originally, now there are still 2.
We're down to 2.
Yeah.
The guy that built them got the idea out in Ohio. He was a little eccentric, thus the houses look a little strange. And they usually had 6 sides, but he went double. you know, always
bigger and
always
better.
go big.
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely. And they still exist today, so
They're
they're
there.
still there today.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, there's a lot of this town that's still here, still pristine. We haven't been found, and we're in the Shetucket Heritage Corridor, and we're between the Quinnebog and the French Rivers. So we got the French River connection people getting that river back into shape and making it accessible for paddling and walking. And we've got this last green valley going on here.
Is that part of the agricultural protection that you guys are part of?
Second largest in the state, most agricultural protected land. And what we're trying to do with the Dudley Conservation Land Trust is get some wildlife corridors going through here, really protect these areas. When you look over on the satellite at night, as we always do, there's a little dark space on the East Coast, and that's called the Last Green Valley, and we're right in it.
Yeah. Well, if you come out here, and it's not often that we get the chance to do that, but it strikes you coming in how just picturesque and New England
Absolutely.
like. I mean, this is the picture postcard come to life.
It is. That's the truth. I'm looking down the street here. We've got the flags hanging. You said there's 3 stop signs or stop lights?
3 lights in town.
3
that's
lights,
it.
period. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
we hate to have them, but you know, progress.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
But this area is protected in a sense. It's the historical heart of the town. Nothing's actually come here. There's no major route through this part,
right.
so that's why it looks so pristine.
Well,
And
it's
beautiful Nichols College as well.
Good for you. Well, it's a great place. And thank you for having us here. And thank you for coming
pleasure.
and telling
I'll put
us
these over
about
next
it.
to VB.
Ed,
Try to
you
keep
so
them
much.
away from him if you would. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you. Speaking of VB, you got your hat. I'd like to see how you score on this. Get your thinking cap on. It's time to